to another edition of Believers Talk with Joe and Steve. I'm Joe.
I'm Steve.
And we're here to give you news around the league, the NFL news that happened throughout the week. Just want to get you updated. But before we do, if you're interested in continuing content from updates around the NFL, Buffalo Bills talk, of course, and just other videos from stuff around the league, talk about free agency, the combine, and the draft. We'll do all kinds of stuff. And that doesn't even include what we were doing in the regular season, right? So if you want that content, please be sure to subscribe, like, or dislike, and comment to all our videos, and we'll happily talk back and forth. We love to do that kind of stuff. So today we're going to talk about league news. So there's been some news as free agency is coming up. We have some news, so I don't know if you want to start us off with some.
Yeah, today or in the past couple of days, the NFL came out with their cap number for the year, and I think before we said it was going to be somewhere around 177 million. It actually came out as 177.2 million this year.
Right.
So it's up 6.11% from last year.
Okay.
That's actually the lowest increase since 2013.
Wow.
When it went up just shy of 2%. So that's something, but 177
million,
that's
a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I saw the Powerball numbers today, and I was like, I can win that. That'd be okay. And it's a little bit higher than 177, but still not bad. And so that number has now been set. So what that means is teams cannot go over that number as far as signing new players. And that's a very important number, as like I said, as free agency is a couple days away here.
And they have till the start of the league year, which is the 14th, to get under that number. So as of that date, the top 51 contracts on their team, on their roster, will count towards that cap. Also, with the news today being the last day that you can franchise tag a player. So there's a bunch of guys that got franchise tag. Jarvis Landry, which he was tagged, we knew that right away.
Yeah, that was like really quickly he got tagged.
He got tagged by the Dolphins, which is going to be around 16 million for him this year.
Right,
very high.
So we still think he'll be traded before all said and done. So.
I think because there was talk of them trading with Chicago.
Yeah.
They were trying to flip picks 8 and 11.
Okay.
And they wanted Jordan Howard, but I guess Chicago wasn't going to trade Jordan Howard.
Yeah,
there should be extra picks in there or something.
Right.
To me, it looked as if they're trying to trade up to get a quarterback. So it's something as
the Dolphins.
Something as a Bills fan.
Right, you got to pay attention to that.
Keep an eye on it. I would think it would be Baker Mayfield, but maybe it is Josh Rosen.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. They could be trading up to do that. But I think what happened with Landry is if they can't find a trade partner for him, they're just going to pull the tag off of him because they're not going to pay him 16 million, especially because they just got Robert Quinn from
the Rams.
The Rams. I want to say St. Louis. It's not St. Louis. And they have a lot of money with that defensive line, especially Sue. He's making like 26 million. So there's a chance that they move on from Sue. But Landry was franchise tag. The Lions defensive end Ezekiel Ansah got franchise tag, and so did the Cowboys.
DeMarcus Lawrence.
Lawrence. They're both going to make a little over 17 million.
And DeMarcus Lawrence wasn't that big of a surprise to me. I figured he'd get tagged if they can work out a deal. He's definitely a great defensive end, and they want to hold on to him. I don't know personally. I don't know much about the Lions defensive end.
He's pretty good. He started at BYU.
Okay.
And that's when he first really started playing football.
Okay.
So he was raw coming into the NFL, and I think he was a top 5 or 6 pick.
Okay.
And he's a little slow progression, but he's really good.
Good.
So good for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good for both those guys. And I saw DeMarcus Lawrence tweeted out about how he's happy he got tagged, and now next year he wants to break the bank. So he's going to work even harder because then it goes up next year if they tag him. It goes up another 20% of what he made this year. So 20% on top of 17 million. You
do the math,
right? You're looking in the 20s. So be happy with that.
See, and that's where I always get confused as a player. I don't know if I'd want to be franchise tagged or not. Like if you're franchise tagged, they obviously think very highly of you, right? You're a top 5 player. But let's say DeMarcus Lawrence gets injured week 1. All of a sudden, he's making probably a lot less the following year than he would have. As a player, I think you want that long-term contract.
But the good thing is his 17 million is fully guaranteed. So
right, that is the
he'll be set for this year. Then he should be set for his life. His next contract would
be huge.
Yeah, if he can stay healthy, so at least he's pretty well off. Should be for his life.
Absolutely. But then the Rams, you go down. That was just today, right? Yep. The Rams, they franchise tag Lamarcus Joyner, safety. So if I look at my numbers here, that means he'll be making 11.2 million or something like that.
11.3. So it's like 11.29.
Right. So it's something like that, but still pretty good,
which means that they can't franchise tag Sammy
Watkins.
Exactly. So he's going to be a free agent, and that's going to excite some Bills fans or not. But him and Allen Robinson will probably be the two top receivers out of the free agency. So that's something to keep an eye on.
I don't see the Bills re-signing Sammy Watkins. I just don't see that.
Sammy, if he signs anywhere, it's going to be a 1-year prove-it deal because of his injuries.
Right.
This year, I think he had like 34 catches.
Okay.
8 of them were for touchdowns, which is great.
Right.
But
absolutely.
Not much for.
Otherwise, anywhere else, where are you?
And they were throwing the ball around.
Absolutely. So. Well, I mean, look at Woods. Woods had a great year, right? So So Sammy's on the free agent market now as of the 14th.
Yeah.
And so we'll see where he ends up. But don't get too excited. We don't think it's gonna be with us. And then the Steelers franchise tag Le'Veon Bell. Which we all know he's not happy about that right now. But he's gonna be making $14.5 million, and like you said, it's all guaranteed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he wants a big contract. And the other thing too is the second highest paid player at the running back position because of this franchise tag is McCoy, and his average salary is $8 million a year.
Right.
So there's a huge difference.
Right. Absolutely.
And
he's getting paid.
Yeah. Bell's trying to break that mold. He wants to be paid like a top receiver. He wants to be in that $16 million range.
Right.
Which I understand because he's a lot of that offense and they use him in the pass game.
Yeah.
But you can only pay so many players so much, and that's why I believe this is his last year as a Steeler.
Yeah, I think so too, actually. But like you said in a previous episode, the episode about Chris Ivory, he has so many carries and he's so young already.
Yeah.
So it's just amazing how many carries he has, and that was only including just running the ball. He's a workhorse for that team. I mean, I remember the year he was suspended the first 4 games or 2 games, right? Yeah. For him and LeGarrette Blount, and he still led the league in running.
And he got injured at the end of the year.
Right. So it's just insane. How much he carries the ball.
He's to me the best back in the league.
Yeah.
He is really good, and that team is different without him.
Right.
But it's just something that they have until July 15th to work out a long-term deal, and if not, then he's set in stone. That's all he can get. Whether if he sits out, then it's the same thing next year. They just franchise tag him, and it goes back to the same number.
Exactly. Yeah, he can't sit out because then that 20% doesn't go up. It stays the same. So actually, for next year, it would be 35%, right? Because this would be the third one.
Yeah, he'd make close to like $30 million or something next year if they franchise tag him, which that is not going to happen. No. So this could possibly be his last year
as a Steeler. We'll see. And we know that the Steelers owners don't really put up with that nonsense either. They're like, okay, fine, leave. So we'll see what happens. But moving on to other news, there's not just franchise tags, there's your transition tags too. So I don't know if you want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, the Bears, they had a chance last year to pick up Kyle Fuller's 5th-year option. Yeah. They declined that. I believe that would have been like $15 million or something like that. They had to pay him.
Okay.
So they didn't want to franchise tag him because then the number would have been right around that 15, 16 million. I can't remember offhand what that would be. So they transition tagged him, and it's going to cost them about a little less than 13 million. It gives them basically the whole year to try to work out a long-term deal. And the other thing with this transition tag is he can negotiate now with other teams.
Yeah.
So let's say, I don't know, the Broncos or somebody wants to come in and sign him. They can work out a deal with him, and then it has to go back to the the Bears, and they can either accept the deal or decline it. And if they accept it, then Fuller has to sign with them for those negotiated terms. If not, he goes to the next team, whoever he worked out the deal with, and the Bears get no compensation for that.
Right. Yeah.
So it's kind of like a restricted free agent, but not so much because he can do whatever he wants as far as no compensation coming back to him.
Right, yeah. So that's the only person that we heard of, at least, that was transition tag, at least the first transition. So So there's some other news, like we said, free agency is right around the corner. So before that happens, you have a chance to sign players that are currently on your roster.
Yeah.
So there are a couple signings here. Kurt Coleman signed a 3-year deal with the Saints.
Yeah, he was released by the
Right, he was released.
Panthers a little early, so he could sign early.
Mm-hmm. So he was signed 3-year, $18 million.
Yeah.
So good for them. You know. And the Eagles are expected to trade or release Vinny Curry, defensive end. I'm trying to think. I feel like I heard that name during the Super Bowl at least a couple times.
I mean, they did a rotation. They had a nice rotation of defensive linemen.
Right.
They're about $11 million over the cap.
Yeah.
So they got to clear space, and his salary would be like $9 million next year.
Okay.
I can't remember offhand what the guaranteed bonus is. So they're trying to clear some space. They were expected to release him. That was the news, and then they held on to him trying to get a trade, get some compensation for him, and I don't know if that happened.
Yeah, a lot of Eagles fans out there think the Eagles are stretching for the long haul here, like they have a dynasty in the making. And look at those salary cap numbers. I mean, I don't want to say no, you don't, but at the same time, those salary cap numbers are really high.
Yeah, they have the young players. Mm-hmm. They have Carson Wentz.
Right.
Alshon Jeffrey's under contract for a couple more years. It looks like they'll probably have to do a contract with Ajayi here soon.
Yeah.
They have some key guys under contract. They're defensive ends, Fletcher Cox. But the problem is they're all coming up for their contracts, and they're already in cap trouble.
Cap trouble, right. So.
And once Wentz gets his new deal in about a year, that's really going to put him up high.
Yeah.
So whatever cap space you have then, it's going to be eaten into. I don't believe they're built for the long run. I think they had their 1 year, and
good for them. Right.
But I mean, if you can win one, win one.
Exactly, absolutely. I know as Bills fans, we would take that in a heartbeat, right? So the Ravens re-signed Brent Urban to a 1-year deal. The Raiders released Aldon Smith, and I think I heard on the radio he turned himself in actually, right? Yeah. So he turned himself in for a domestic violence thing. So we'll probably hear more about him. That might be it as far as his NFL career then, if
he's had true. 3, 4, 5 chances.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. The Falcons re-signed their kicker Matt Bryant. Panthers re-signed Graham Gano, talking about kickers. And pretty big deal for kickers. This one's 4 years, $17 million with $9 million guaranteed. So to me, that's a big deal for a kicker, And you look at the franchise tag this year, kickers would have made $4.9 million.
Yeah, so roughly around $5 million. So they saved themselves a little bit with it.
Right. But. So the Patriots pick up Kenny Britt's option, wide receiver. He was there last year, so he'll be back. And the Patriots will not pick up defensive tackle Alan Branch's option, which does maybe has some significance for the Bills. So.
Yeah. He was a Bill before.
Right.
So, and they need some defensive
line.
line
they need some tackle help. So
and he's pretty good against the run. So maybe we can bring him back.
Right. So we'll see what happens there. Again, we can't talk with him until league year starts.
Yeah.
Right. So we will be able to see
the 12th.
Right.
Is the tampering period.
Right.
2-day, which is dumb, but just start it and let it go.
Yeah, because so many times you hear, and we've heard it this offseason already, this guy expecting to sign with this guy, well, okay, just let him sign then. Like, there's no big deal. But yeah, so we want to talk to you about Wilkerson, who was released from the Jets, right? Wilkerson, defensive end for the Jets, he was released. He's expected to meet with a couple teams here, he did visit with Green Bay on Wednesday.
He's visiting with them on Wednesday, so that'd be tomorrow.
Right.
Today's Tuesday.
So.
And then he has some other visits lined up after that.
And the Vikings look like they're about to win the Kirk Cousins sweepstakes. Word is they're going to give him an outrageous contract, which will make the quarterback market go up. I don't know if you want to talk about the contract a little bit.
Yeah. What was reported is they're going to offer him a 3-year, $91 million contract, which is crazy, but that's not even half of it. The deal is expected to be fully guaranteed. So 3-year, $90 million.
That's $30 million a year.
It's crazy.
That's insane. And again, I'm not a huge Kirk Cousins fan. He hasn't won anything, you know what I mean? Like, he looks good, but at the same time, it's just like, wow.
But, I mean, that's a team I kind of expected him to go to.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect a fully guaranteed contract. If that happens, that's really going to change the
the narrative.
It's
the whole narrative.
The whole working for the NFL contracts, because a lot of players would be happy about this because they want to go to this.
Absolutely.
Baseball, basketball, they all have the fully guaranteed contracts. Football doesn't. They have a lot of the signing bonuses and small guaranteed money to protect the teams. And if it goes this route, watch out.
Watch out. A lot of things are going to change. I bet you the reason why I haven't seen Drew Brees sign with the Saints already is because he's probably watching this saying, 91 guaranteed, Saints.
Well, of what I heard is Matt Ryan and Aaron Rodgers, they're both trying to hold out as long as they possibly can, because they want all the money to be spent out. They want to see all the contracts, and they want to be the last quarterback to set the market.
That's crazy. The fact that an average quarterback like Kirk Cousins can make that kind of money.
And think about it. It's over $30 million. The cap numbers $177 million.
That's insane. That's what 20% of your cap right there, and one player, about a little less, but still. So that's pretty much it for the player news side of things. We also found out today that Ed Hockley, the famous official, with the guns, right? If you see a official with guns, that was Ed Hockley. But he has announced his retirement. He's retiring from the league, which I've always liked Ed Hockley. So he was always a good referee. Yeah, he was a good referee. Saw some people joking like, Patriots player is retiring or something like that, and I was like, he's fine. But this is cool. I officiate a little bit myself in high school levels, but it's cool to see another referee will be able to become a head official, and get a start.
Oh, his son is going to be an NFL referee this year.
That's cool.
It's really kind of weird how that works out.
That's cool. So Ed, congratulations on retirement. Good job. I thought it was fun watching some of the games. I actually went to the Eagles-Buffalo preseason game, and he was the official there, and it was just fun watching that. So, but as far as NFL League news, that's all we have for you. I don't know if you had anything else that you wanted to share. But yeah, like I said before, if this is the kind of stuff that interests you, if you want to keep up to date with league news, if you want to keep up to date with Buffalo Bills news, please be sure to subscribe to our channel, like or dislike this video, and leave a comment below. Until next time,
go Bills.
Go Bills.